What's going on, guys? Aaron Goldstein here. So in this video, I want to give you some strategies, some tips, some secrets for negotiating through text. I get all my phones through text, guys. I don't talk to people on the phone. I'm actually really good on the phone. I don't know. I like texting more. I get pretty much all my deals through the marketplace and the app, so texting is what I use. I make over $100,000 a year in profit buying phones and flipping them on eBay, and I communicate with everyone through messaging and texting. So that means that I don't ever talk to the person on the other end until I am meeting up with them at the location and we're getting out of the car and we're talking. So let me give you guys some tips for that. The first thing we got to understand is communicating through messaging is actually different than communicating through someone on the phone. There's things that you can do on the phone that will actually hurt you if you do it through messaging. One of those things are using small talk or building rapport. Messaging is all about business. See, so here's what you need to understand. If we're, when I was like a salesperson at a car dealership, someone would come in and I would shake their hand and they would shake my hand and I would introduce myself and I might make small talk with them. And I could do that because I had like all their attention because they're there in front of me. Over the phone, guys, it's a little bit further back than that, right? Over the phone, you have most of their attention, but there's some things that you would do in person that over the phone you're going to be a little bit more down to business with because you're over the phone. It's not as personal. Texting, guys, is like the least personal thing ever. It's all nuts and bolts. So, like over the phone, you might ask how their day's doing. The first deal I got was like that. I watched Dave's videos. He said, hey, ask them how their day's doing, making small talk. That's what I did. The first deal I got, guys, I did exactly like that. And that's what you want to do over the phone, not through messaging. So no small talk, no rapport building. Don't ask them how their day's going. Don't say, thanks for messaging me. None of that. Get right to business. Now, once you start getting leads, you will notice they communicate with you like this. You will get people and they'll say, iPhone 8 Plus, how much? Or, iPhone X, how much? They get right to the point. So we want to mirror that. We want to be on the same wavelength that they're at. You want to get right to the point. You want to use as least amount of words as possible. That's the second thing. So if you're going to say something that's going to be 10 words, and you can condense it down into 4 words, say 4 words. It doesn't have to be correct grammar. It doesn't have to be complete sentences. I mean, I guess maybe the grammar is important. It doesn't have to be complete sentences. It's all right to the point. I mean, a lot of the times, guys, just so you know the speed of this, I usually say about 10 to 12 words before I make an offer. Because, I'm asking them questions to figure out what they have. You got to figure out if it's got any problems or stuff like that. But it's all, right to the point. So it's not, it's not thanks so much for messaging me. I'm sure I can get you a good deal. Would you mind telling me if your phone has any problems? It's, are there any problems with it? Question mark. You could actually make it simpler than that. This is just an example. Does that make sense? The second thing I want to tell you guys is when you're handling objections, or did I say second? The next thing on the list is when you're handling objections, the only objection you're going to get is they don't like the price. So if they say they don't like the price, here's how a good sales negotiating strategy is. So if they say that if there's an objection, if they don't like the price, you want to isolate and overcome that objection. You want to ask them questions to figure out what they were looking to get, and then say words in a way to show them that, hey, you can't go that high. Over the phone, you can ask more direct questions that almost make them think about it and then get them to respond. You can be a little bit more direct. You can be a little bit more aggressive. And a lot of times they don't have time to respond, so they'll sometimes have to, some things that they might not be comfortable admitting because they have to admit that they're wrong, over the phone, they're okay addressing. Through messaging, if you ask them questions that are too direct, or you try to overcome the objections that they have and it's too direct, they just won't respond. Or they'll say, oh, I just sold it already. Even me, I get that sometimes and I say the right things. I actually got a copy and paste script that I created that I just copy and paste now from and it works beautifully. It's what I do to do 100 grand a year. I just copy and paste it word for word, and it closes people. It's great. But nothing in there, guys, is direct. It's always like, it's kind of a weird thing. I hope this is making sense to you guys, but it's kind of like you're walking on eggshells. You got to be direct. You got to be right to the point. You want to use as least amount of words as possible. And then if they don't like the price, you need to kind of just like keep plowing through it without being too aggressive. And it's good to ask some questions, but without asking any questions to where their ego might kind of be threatened, or it's almost too direct and it might make them feel comfortable because they'll just stop responding to you. So that's what I got, guys, through negotiating through text and messages. Hopefully you guys got value from this. Remember, get right to the point. No small talk, no rapport, and you want to make them an offer as fast as possible. When you got all the details you need to make them an offer, you make them an offer and you keep moving forward. If you guys got value from this, definitely reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook. I am, my name on Facebook is Aaron, A-A-R-O-N. Last name is Goldsten. So feel free to connect with me, guys. I'm always putting up value on my Facebook about different stuff related to phone flipping and mindsets and techniques. I usually put a couple videos out there as well. All free. I just put them right on my wall of things that hopefully can help out this community just because I know what this business has done for me and the freedom that it's given me, and I want to pass that on to others. So with that said, guys, I will chat with you guys later. Thank you.